Okay, weekend session live. Currently looking at ETHUSD. Working on my trading this weekend, and when I'm working on trading, I like to see markets that are open. So Forex markets are closed, so I'm looking at crypto. Crypto's open over the weekend. I only trade crypto on the weekends. I don't often trade on the weekends, but once in a while when I'm doing some work, then I'll be watching this move. So I took one here yesterday, trend continuation on the M3 H4 higher time frame. Um, Breakout followed by a bearish fake out, faked out the low, took it all the way back up. And yesterday, the daily close strong bullish breakout bar. Have everything I'm looking for here, 100% bullish confluence, and we have a trend retracement setup. The star icon is a trend retracement setup. Want to see higher time frames push strong in one direction. We have that. Higher time frames are pushing strong. And now I want to see a breakout bar on the daily, retrace back to the breakout level, fake out the low, and then take it up to the previous day high and possibly further than that. So the setup on trend retracements, I trade on the bar. I trade that daily bar either on the M15 or the M10. So setup on the M15 is for price to retrace back to that breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the H8 low, and once it fakes out the H8 low, then take this back up. It's a little bit too high. I prefer this to be lower, but let's see what happens here. Have my alert set up already. If it comes down, I'll know about that. And I also see another setup here on the H4. So this flag, that's a trend reversal setup. Trend reversal setup is this one right here. We have bullish bias and we have a breakout bar on the H4 coming down. So last H4 close, bearish breakout. What I'd like to see is price come down and fake out the H4 low. That shows me rejection to the downside, and then I'd be looking to get in as price flips that breakout level back all the way to the top. So when I trade these setups, I look at the breakout level of the time frame, the H4, the breakout level. Well, currently we're above it, but if price gets down, then I'd be looking at the M10. This is where I trade the H4 momentum. So M3 is where I trade the H4 bar, and the M10 is where I trade the H4 momentum. So very often when price is going the opposite direction of my bias, I want to see that momentum. It's easier for me to see it. I can see that the breakout level is right here, so I just want to get in as price gets above here. It's above it right now, but it did not show me any rejection to the downside. So usually when I'm trading, I want to see that rejection. I want to see the market reject the move down, and that gives me more confidence to take a buy. So just waiting on this, setting my alerts there, and if they get triggered, then I'll have a look at it again. Not really on the weekends. I'm not really actively trading. I just set my alerts, go about my day, and today I'll be on the computer doing some work, but um, not going to be actively looking at this or really trying to find a trade. If the trade comes to me, then I'll take it, but otherwise, I'm not really going to be looking at the H1 or anything that I usually do. Um, just letting the trade come to me here. All right, ETHUSD has triggered the H4 low, and so that's the first step. That's what I'm looking for. Next thing I'm looking for is for momentum to kick in, and momentum kicks in if price can get above these breakout levels on the M10, which is where I'm looking at the H4. H4, you can clearly see that it's breaking to the downside, so this is a reversal. Hard time frames are still pushing up, so I'm treating this as a retracement until it gets below these breakout levels, maybe the daily, or well, technically, if it's above the weekly, it's still bullish on this time frame. So anywhere here, I'd still be looking for momentum to be um, shifting back to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at on the M10, on the M3, which is where I trade the H4. It's a trend reversal, bearish breakout bar, and when you have a bearish breakout bar but a higher time frame bullish trend, then I'm looking for that reversal move, faking out the low. And once it does that, I'd be looking for my entry patterns over here. Flipping this H1 breakout level would be a false breakout. The setup here is it's a bit too close, this range. So this is not something that I'd be looking to take. I'd wait until price gets above. So H4 breakout level is the one that I'm looking for. H1 is also, momentum is bearish. H1 momentum is here on the M3, so same thing. H1 is currently pushing down. Just need to see this get back above. Let's see the 2-hour here. Inside bar, that creates a range. So when you fake out one side of the range, I expect price to get down to the other side. Now we're faking out one side of the range. I expect price to get back to the top. So lots of bullish confluence here. Don't like how the M15 has flipped this H8. So that's not a good sign. I need to see the H8 low get faked out. So I think I'm waiting. Well, I have an alert here already. We'd like to see that H8 low get faked out. So right now we have a breakout. Faked out the high, so market rejected the move up. That's a fake out, breakout reversal. So market is coming down. Flip the breakout level on the H8. So H8 is bearish. Don't want to reverse this H8 move unless we get a rejection to the downside. So this is what I'm looking for. I'd rather get this H8 low faked out, but I wouldn't mind if we can get back above H4 breakout levels too. And again, I'm not too familiar with the timing with crypto, so I'm just trading momentum principles here. Lower time frames reverse before higher time frames, so I'm just looking for these breakout levels to flip. Not sure if this is the right time to be looking at it, but just watching momentum basically. Okay, as I said, I'm not actively trading this. If it shows up, then I'll take it. If I'm at the computer, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm just doing my own stuff here. All right, so the M15 has come down, triggered the H8 low. This is a trend retracement setup based off the daily. If it can, it's already closed above the H8 breakout level. So this is that reversal pattern, false breakout move on the H8. On the M10, where I look at H4 momentum, since the H4 is bearish, I can see that momentum, the breakout level pushing down. And if price can get above this H4 breakout level, then I'll take this. So this is something else that I've added, the updated the market snapshots here. Have everything that I'm looking at over there. This is an H4 breakout reversal, momentum setup, and chart. So we don't have the breakout reversal on the H4. This is a mixed buy cycle, so this is not something that I usually want to trade, which is why I don't take that breakout reversal entry. And the setup time frame is currently bearish, but overall we're still bullish above that breakout level. So if the H4 can flip, and this allows me to reverse that previous day high. So right now, last trigger on the daily is coming down. So I don't want to reverse that unless I have a reason to. And the reason for me to reverse this move is if price can get above the H4 and show me that the H4 momentum is bullish. So just waiting for that, and have an alert over here, and let's see if this triggers. That seems okay. Trend pullback on the M5. Breakout with higher time frames pushing. Faked out the low, flip the breakout levels. Yeah, I think this is all right. Just need to see momentum push to the upside here. Still would prefer this closer to the key levels, but we do have nice key levels on the H8. Okay, just waiting now. All right, just got an alert here. Price is starting to push up. Almost got over the H4, never closed above. Did close above actually, but this is an inside bar that creates a range. So I think I'll get in. I can get in right now, technically on the lower time frame. I'm gonna wait for this 5-minute. Yeah, I'll wait for this 5-minute to close. If it closes above, then I'm gonna take this one. So it'll be, I'll do this later actually. Let's see if it closes above 2 minutes here, 2.5 minutes. All right, so the M10 closed where I wanted it to be, breakout bar above, H4 false breakout. One thing wrong with it, the breakout reversal on the daily. So I'm still coming down on the daily, but because momentum is shifting up, I don't mind taking this, but I'll wait for a continuation. I already put that alert. If price pushes on up, then I'll go for this one. Still in a range here on the M5. There was an inside bar, got stuck in here. This bar closed outside of the range, but did not close in breakout. So technically this range still exists. So it would be ideal if the next M5 closes in breakout, then I would take that one. But I don't mind if it pushes up here. I like how this M10 is moving. Okay, so I got my alert there. I'll be back if it gets triggered. Okay, here we go. Got in. Didn't see that entry, but checked it again. It pushed through. So trend retracement on the daily down to the M15, flipping that H8. That's momentum, but there was a range here. Getting in when price gets above that range. Possibility that this can get stuck at the daily open, but otherwise I'd like to see this go all the way up. So daily trend retracement, H8 is a trend pullback, breakout bar, price came down, faked out the low, got back above breakout level. Nothing here on the H1, on the H2. Nothing on the H2. So these are trend retracement on the daily. That's pretty much the idea. Okay, so let's see. All right, so left it overnight again and hit target. So I can't remember where I entered, probably this one. Well, it's been a while since I've looked at this, so I don't remember what, I think it was on the H4 I might have, or the daily that I was looking at. And once we flipped these, wanted to take it up. Did get in drawdown quite deep, did not get down below the low. So I always try to get in at the low, and I want the market to prove to me that I'm wrong. And so it did not do that. And the whole idea with these fake outs and flipping momentum is that I want to be catching the low of this of the setup time frame, the low of the day. And so it turned out that I did catch that. If this came down and took me out, I would have entered again, probably on the M15 here. So it looks like I got this 1.5 hour. If it had come down, taken me out, I would have entered as price gets back above. So this would have set up again, and this one would have been better, 3R. I did say that there was probably going to be some resistance at the daily open. I think I mentioned that. Whenever I see the daily open, I'm always kind of aware of that. It's not really a level that I really want to do much, that I plan for, but very often I do notice that price gets stuck at that daily open, and that did react right there, came back down, and continued up. Higher time frames are all pushing up, so these sort of moves I'm not worried about. I just continue following the trend. All right, so that's it, and I'm gonna start looking at Asia session now.